everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's meeting. It's been a couple of weeks, and I'm excited to see everybody again. Welcome back to our long hiatus. So, if you've noticed, our group name has been changed. It's no longer under Chaos Africa. I'm sure, okay, Winifred knows this, but I'm not sure Hamza does. But we are no longer under Chaos Africa. We are now a working group on our own under the Chaos Global. And one of the reasons this happened is because we got a feedback from someone in Asia who wanted to be a part of what we were working on, and Africa seemed very limited. So the goal is to include people in different regions in the accessibility work that we are currently doing. So yeah, I'm still trying to wait for Brian in a way to join in. But before he joins in, let's talk about something that concerns us here in Nigeria. The CHAOSS event that happened in Nigeria. I'm talking about people who attended in Nigeria. So we're trying to get feedback from attendees who attended physically and what we think. Oh, hi, Brian is here. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Gloria. How are you doing? Hope you can hear me.
I can hear you. I'm fine. We've missed you and we are happy to see you.
I know. One of my goals this quarter is to be very consistent with this meeting. So yeah.
Yay. We're happy to hear that. So, you're talking about how our name is officially changed and is no longer under Chaos Africa. And we are now like on our own under the Chaos Global. And I was relating the reason as to why this change happened. We got a reach out from a Chaos community member in Asia, and they were excited about the work we were doing and wanted to be a part of it. But Chaos Africa Disability Inclusion was a little limited to just Africa. So we decided to open up our wings and include other regions. So that's where we are at. That was the first thing on our agenda. Then the second thing is the CHAOSS feedback. We were supposed to discuss that in the other meeting, but I guess we did not really join in. But it was good nonetheless because it gave me an opportunity to speak at length with the CHAOSS community member who is in Asia and the plans she wanted to do. I was hoping she'd be able to join the meeting today. Her name is I didn't remember to write the name as an attendance. Oh, my bad. But anyway, with our meetings being consistent now, we'll definitely be having her joining and other people as well. So back to the second thing we have on our agenda, the CHAOSS feedback. So I'd love to hear a feedback from you, Winifred. What do you think how do you think the event was as it concerns people with disability, inclusion, and just chaos in general? I'm passing the mic to you, Winifred. And where do you think we can make improvements?
Okay, so I'm
Oh,
trying to.
sorry, Hamza's hand is up. I'm sorry, I'm just seeing that. Hamza, has your hand been up for a while?
Oh yeah, but it's okay. I can wait for Winifred. After all, it's
Okay.
Winifred, so
T-shirt.
you can't when Winifred wants to talk, you can't give her the opportunity because I believe it's the rarest opportunity that we have in this working group, right? Brian, nice to have you once again.
Okay, so Winifred, you can go first, and Hamza, you can go next.
Okay. Um, so I'm trying to cast my mind back, like to August. Um, yeah, so I think it was nice to have the level of inclusion that we had at the CHAOSS Africa event. Seeing the deaf community there. I did enjoy that, and seeing the sign language interpreter who somehow we have seemed to form a relationship with her, coming from our own events, the first event that we had. So yeah, I think that was nice seeing them there, and they seemed to enjoy it, and they seemed to follow along with the events. Where I think we could have more diversity with it. Like I think for next time we could have more diversity with it. Maybe have people who are blind also. We had one that was our speaker. So I think we could have that also at our events. I think we should just strive for more diversity. But I think this year's own went well. Um, yeah, I think so. I think those are your
Thank you so
questions.
much for the feedback. Yeah, yes, it was. Thank you so much for the feedback. I'll comment on that after Hamza is done. Hi, Hamza. You have
All right. Thank you once again, Celia. So, my feedback is not related to KSCon because I didn't attend due to some unforeseen circumstances from my own end. So, once again, I do apologize for not attending. So, once again, so my question is that first of all, congratulations for upgrading our standard from uh, Disability Africa to Chaos Global. So to me, I think this is a win. But I have a little concern on the measures that have been taken on taking this decision. You mentioned that we have a community leader from Asia that really amazed with what we have been doing in the disability group in Africa and wanted to join. So I don't know if you guys have considered moving this meeting to accommodate them during their own time, because I believe if it does accommodate their own time, that she should have attend this very first one. I think I believe this is the very first one under the Chaos Global, not the Africa. And then second, despite not attending the Chaos Con, so I believe we can improve in one key area, which I believe it will be a huge plus to us, which is the attendance sponsorship. It shouldn't be fully 100% sponsorship. It could be 70-30, chaos covering 30%, or 50-50, something like that. Why am I saying that is because in my community here in Kano, so my community is very diverse. I have a lot of people from disability group who represent majority number of almost every disabled person, being it albinism, visual impairment, hearing impairment, or people that are physically challenged. And one of them, especially from the visually impairment people, they are very active, and they always wanted to connect with open source communities. because to them open source and open source community is very new to them, and they are very, very curious to explore more. That's my take. I yield the mic. Thank you.
Okay, I actually totally agree with you on all the points you've made so far. The timing, because in India it's currently 10 p.m. and that's very late. People are sleeping. I think the reason I did not really consider to check it because she joined the first meeting, the meeting before this. But I think we should put that in. So let me let me quickly hold on, give me a second. So let me quickly add that to our updates. Are we going to pick the time today? Or when do we want to do it?
To me, I believe this is not something that we can decide now. So let's have a chat in the working group.
Okay,
Um,
I agree.
but what do you say, Brian? Is Brian here? Still here?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I agree. Because I think we are doing this to accommodate her. So I think she should be part of the conversation when we are deciding at what time this meeting works. So that we also, I don't even know which time zone she is in. So if we have deeper understanding of the time zone and also maybe his work calendar schedule, then you can schedule the meetings at a time that works for all of us.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. We need to like pick a time that runs across. Mm,
Yeah, I'm
we need to
very
we'll
happy
probably
that
pick.
thank God I have a reason that will now help me, because this very meeting, like this very time for this meeting is very inconvenient to me to attend all part of the meeting. As I think I think I can boldly speak for Winifred, because we can all testify that she's a very influential person to this group, and then the timing is not good for her. We always want to have her input, but unfortunately, she's always en route, and we know how Lagos traffic is. So I can boldly speak for her. So Winifred.
Winifred.
Yeah, I don't
Hamza has spoken for you. Now we want to speak for yourself.
think you have. But yeah, I don't mind changing having the time changed.
Okay, interesting. So let me just quickly write this down. For diverse people with disability. Blind. We had one person with motor disability attend though. Your friend, what's his name?
Oh, Silas.
So we had like 3 disabilities, but we still need to make it more diverse. We need more people with disabilities to join. Also, what do we do for follow-up? Because at the end of the day, it's not just having them attend events. We do want them to be active, okay, in our community. So what do we do to follow up on this? Because after the event, I came to find out that not all of them are into accessibility, into open source and technology. Like they were interested in the conversation, but not everybody is a tech person. I think just 2 or 3 people, right? Which is not a problem because people try out new things and then they get interested. So the point is we are trying to like get them to be more interested in tech um and also open source, right? So in as much as Ruth is like, let us follow up on people who have attended before, with people who it feels like we are instilling interest per se. We always need to do like a follow-up reintroduction and explanation, basically. Not that we want it to be redundant in any way, but more like a follow-up return call, that kind of thing. So I guess in a way too is in alignment with what Ruth says. So yeah, what strategies do you think we can use to follow up, like knock on their door a second time? That's illustrating.
Victoria, in case you are not aware, Brian House has been raised for a quite long time. So I
Oh
think
my God, I'm sorry. It's because I'm writing, so I'm sorry. Brian, please go on.
Oh, okay. So I think one of the things I think we can do, and I think this is one thing I'm also looking to do at different other communities. I'm sorry, but my voice might be muffled because I'm still in transit today. But looking at how we can engage developers apart from our main events. Like I know you have KioskCon, and I know we also have Oscar Fest, but I know that's even when you're starting the year, we did come up with like our agenda of like what are some of these activities we need to do before like the year ends. And I know we've managed to do some of them, and we've not managed to do some of them. But I think one of the things we can do is now be more consistent with like some of our calendars. And I think given that now we have like chaos as part of the global team, and given that I'm also now part of the day of the disc committee members at NAM Focus, and Alex already has told me that NAM Focus Summit is going to be in Africa next year. So some of the things like we are trying to
Yay!
we'll try to probably achieve with like partnering with such communities. Because I'm also thinking if we have folks who are not in tech, we have like the non-techs in tech community in Nigeria. We can talk to them and see how then we can have initiatives specifically for such individuals. But I think all I've learned, I think this year what I've learned mostly in my community journey is consistency outside major tech events like helps you build like a stronger community and helps you know your community. And I actually felt bad when I was asked, "Oh, do you know your community at First Project Africa?" I was like, I know we do this together with the team, but I don't think I really know my community. Like when someone asks me, I want to get someone from, let's say, Nigeria who's disabled and wants to do this and this, I can easily point them to that person. I think that's one of the things we can actually do to actually get them interested, even if they are not part in tech. Like we are leading a part of a further discussion next week at the non-focus project summit about like how can we engage those who are not even part of us, like, and how can you also keep track of people who come to our communities. And it's true, they just don't fit in that community. For example, if someone came but they're not really into tech, as you said, I think I'll hear from the different projects at the summit, and I'll definitely share more updates and feedback on the same.
Amazing. I agree with you totally. Hamza.
okay, I also agree with you, Brian. Just an addition from my own perspective on what we can do to make this thing interesting. After engaging those people living with disability, I think we should create a reward system. A reward system cannot necessarily be swag or cash. It can also be social media thumbs up for them. More of like a spotlight of the week, spotlight of the month. We should highlight their contribution. First of all, even though by just joining our community, so we can highlight them in one of spotlight of the week or spotlight of the month as for their bold decision taking this action and be part of the community and embrace the movement. And then later on, we subsequently we will be rewarding their efforts through the social media terms of something like this. Just my thought. It's something that we can discuss. I don't know. I yield the mic.
I also agree with you on that. Um, okay. So, Brian, I think I might have to meet with you later to get the details and structure of everything you said to properly document, if that's fine.
Yes, yes, yes. I know. I'm open to that.
Okay, I'll be in your DMs later. So, and now we want to review our goal in the group. So, since we are no longer just Africa, we are now global, we need to review the goal. I know we had, before we began this community, we had a goal, and the highlight or the major thing was to include people with disabilities in chaos, which now gave us various means we can do that, one of which we did last year. I think, yeah. That was it last year or 2 years ago, where we hosted the outreach program and some other things we've done so far. But with our group being global now, we need to re-strategize and reconstruct our goals so that they are more inclusive of not just Africa, but other regions. So is this something we can do today, or is this something we can do right now? Is this something we can start? How do we want to do it? Do you want to go back and write goals individually and review it in our next meeting, or do we want to do it from the jump here? If you can unmute and speak.
For me, I think now is not the right time. I think what's more important now is focusing on how we can adjust our time meeting to accommodate everyone from every continent. What do you say? The moment we have diverse attenders, I think that's the right time that we should bring this on up. Though
Yeah, I
this
agree
is
with
my
that.
own, this is from my own perspective, though.
I agree with Hamza. I also think we should take a look at our existing goals and see which actually even need updating. Because if we take a look at the goals that we currently have, we might see that maybe just a few tweaks, then we could make it global. Maybe they are just restricted to localized right now, but maybe just a little change of language and then to become global. So I think we should also look at our existing goals, just like a
Okay,
refresher of our existing goals here.
I like the suggestion as well. Okay, I think Brian jumped off. Okay, and then finally Oktoberfest. Oktoberfest began sometime last week. Do we have plans as a group to participate in Oktoberfest? If yes, what are suggestions on how we can participate? Either by creating repositories for people with disabilities to participate or to participate as a team. Do we have suggestions on that?
I don't have any idea about Oktoberfest right now. I think we have maybe more to do in terms of restructuring the working group as a working group than Oktoberfest. And we also have those accessibility audits. I don't know if they are ongoing, um, if they are still ongoing. I think maybe if we were to do something around Oktoberfest, then that would be it if people would like to contribute in that regard. But I think we have more what on our plate right now is restructuring, like structuring the working group.
Okay,
Having
no
having
problem.
participating in Hacktoberfest can be a great idea, but the timing is not feasible for us to execute. So had it been that we are not in October yet, we can plan something ahead. Because one thing in my interaction with people living with disability is that they need more time to adjust to many things. So I don't think if we decided to participate in October, from today, it will take us a huge amount of time, let's say 7 days, to prepare for our own participation as well. So is in nutshell is the right thing to do, but at the timing
The
is
wrong
very, very
time.
bad.
Okay, that's okay. All right. I think that's all on our agenda. Does
Hold
anybody
on.
have any addition?
Yeah. At the DI working group meeting, just before you joined the last call, there was talk of a liaison. There
Yeah.
was liaison, having the working group having a liaison, because you were not on the call, neither was Brian, and they asked me if there was any updates, but I didn't attend the last meeting, so I didn't have anything to say. And they were like, oh, that would I like to be a liaison for the DIM, for the accessibility working group. So there was talk. I just wanted to point that there was a talk of having a liaison, because we weren't sure if you were going to join. That was before you
Okay.
joined, yeah. So
I mean, that's okay. Since you're more or less more available, so you can be the mediator for the meeting. That's okay. I'm sure Brian is okay with it too.
Sorry, I dropped off for a bit, but I'm back. I had my name being mentioned.
Okay, so I said um I'm sorry I'm slurring my words. My brain is banging. But she mentioned the meeting with the DEI group, and they talked about a liaison and if she wants to be the liaison, right? And if I'm correct.
yes, you are correct.
Yeah, so I said it's okay if you can be, since you're always available to attend the meetings. So I don't know if anybody
Oh, yeah.
agrees with
Sure
me.
thing. I'm okay with that.
Okay. So, okay. Um, does anybody have any other contribution? If I will call it a day. So we'll just put up a poll in the group, or no need for the poll. We can just select a time that every region is available, just like the community call. We can pick a time for the community call, like they pick in community call, maybe 3 p.m. or just a time that that is convenient for everybody. How about that? Because I feel like putting out a poll would stretch it, given that we have to wait to hear the feedback of, I don't know, Cha, but let me know what you think.
So that's the reason I said this is something that we need to discuss on the group, because if we are having that conversation, I'm very sure Elizabeth will have a look and will jump in, because even we decided on certain time, we have to reflect back to her, and then she will have to look and see whether where will she place our meeting in case, so that it will not collide with other chaos calendar event. And then regarding time, I doubt much if time will be convenient for everyone. So let's just work what will work with, or will be closer to being convenient to some of us here.
Okay, no problem. Brian, do you have any contribution before we call it tonight? Call it today. Hi, Brian. Okay, in the absence of any contribution, we'll call it an evening or a night and say thank you to everyone for joining. I'm looking forward to carrying out the.
Oh, hi, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I think I was trying to see where I can unmute, but I was not able to find my screen. But not really. I don't have anything to add. I just appreciate, like, we are now starting to be consistent with the meetings, and I'm looking forward to being part of the conversation always.
All right, thank you. Thank you everyone for joining. Look forward to seeing us in our next meeting. Bye.
Bye, everyone.